We're not going to be doing solid modeling. Normally you go to mechanical design and part design.
Yeah,
We're going to go to shape design, and then we're going to go to generative shape design over here. Right? There's a shortcut for this. You can press Alt and then S, and then you press S again, and then you press G. Learn your keyboard shortcuts, because you can do stuff really fast if you learn keyboard shortcuts.
And you should get everybody to do their own.
Amir, shut up. So you always want to start with a geometrical set. You never want to put you never want to put any lines inside of a part body, because part body is for solids only. When you do this, it's called hybrid design. It's very unclean, but you can do it. And it makes sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more difficult. So you can go ahead and just insert, go to insert, and then do geometrical set always. Can't do it in part body. This is one of the errors that you'll get. So what you do is that you had to add it to your root here, or your origin. So test, and you insert geometrical set. And it's called test or nose cone. We'll do a nose cone. Right. So now you have your geometrical set. This is for surfaces only. And you have all these commands here that are very pretty in blue. So what's the same is the sketch. So you can always still use your origin for sketching and everything. So let's just do a nose cone bullshit dimensions. I have it set so it doesn't automatically go to the axis. So I'll show you how to do that, because sometimes it's irritating, you know, when you do a sketch, it automatically orients. So you can go to Tools, go to Options. Oh, Cortana's here, okay. So under Mechanical Design, there's a subsection called Sketcher, and you can turn off Position Sketch Plane to parallel to screen. All right, the silly mechs here. Okay. Funny story about food in this room today. I got booked by Boots. I had my Starbucks, and he made me chug it. I had my espresso shot in there. This is Jerry. Yeah, he'd kick your ass. So you can click this to turn off the auto positioning, but that's what I usually do. So, YNH. So let's just say we're going to make a nose cone. There's more than one way of doing it. The traditional way is to just draw the profile and then revolve it. Normally how you do it is that you have to draw the profile and everything, and then you have to close it as a solid, but we're doing surfaces, so you don't actually have to close it. And I'll show you what I mean. So you do your axis, let's just call it 12 inches or something. No, let's do like a proper dimension, so 21 inches. Right? And then 0. And we do our 3-point arc. We can do a spline. Let's just do a 3-point arc because I don't want to put the work in. So 6-inch base diameter. So that's 3. Let's not do 21, so it'd be a weird aspect ratio. Let's just do 12. And let's do a 3-point arc. While I'm at it, let me just show you how to do the shortcut. You just press Alt, I, and you go to P. And you can go to C, circle, and you can choose your whatever you want. So 3-point arc would be R, right? So you press R, and you automatically go into the command. Once you do practicing, you can actually just go at it and do it pretty damn fast, actually. So that's 3-point arc. That's not exactly what we wanted. What we want is this one. So it's actually a little bit better. So let's do that. And we're not doing the tip anymore, right? So we can just cut that off. Use the trim tool. Neat trick is that if you double click it, you can keep trimming it. If you didn't know that. All right. So we don't need this line. So let's not delete it. Let's just turn these into sketches. All right, so that's the profile that we have. And what we can do is that we can revolve this around the axis using the revolve command here. It's under extrude. So this is your extrude command. If you do the extrude command, you click this and you click the dimension. What it's going to do is that's going to create a surface that goes up. You can like drag this to make it bigger, smaller, whatever. So this is just a 2D surface. Like it has no thickness at all. It's like a piece of paper, essentially. It's thick as a piece of paper. So it has no thickness. So we want to revolve this around the axis. So we use the revolve function, this guy here. You can also do everything from here using the shortcut keys. So it's under surfaces, and then you got the revolve, extrude, and everything. So let's do it from here. This is all we clicked it. Choose this guy. When you revolve it around this axis, we have our surface of the nose cone. Right? Press OK. So that's half the nose cone, essentially. So you guys seen on Slack that I do the composite modeling, and I do the layers and everything. That's actually very, very easy to do. You just use the offset command. Select your surface, and you select the offset. Normally apply thickness is around 10th thou for a thick layer, or up to 4th thou for a thin layer, depending on what thickness of carbon you use. I think we're going to get you 9 GSM, so that's about 10th thou per layer. So we're going to go 0.01. And we preview. You'll see that there's actually another layer there now. See? And you do a repeat object after OK. And we'll do it like 4 more times or something. Just bullshit numbers. You got your composite layup there. So this would be your fabrics. See? So this would be your inside thickness, and that would be your outside thickness. And you can use that to calculate the inside dimension and everything. So let's hide these, so we don't need them right now. Oh, we don't need this guy. Shortcuts, remember. You can right click on something, press H, it'll disappear. So we don't need that. What I wanted to show you was how to split this guy up. Because we can't just take this and flatten it and cut it in one piece. It'll just waste a lot of material, so we want to do rectangles here. There's a command up here called flatten or unfold. So you can use that. You choose the surface you want to unfold. Then you click the plane you want to unfold onto. Preview it. It's going to give you an error. And it will flatten the shape out, as you can see. So if you take this shape and you fold it back, it will give you this shape here. The issue with this is that since it's a parabola, you need to cut relief lines into here because this won't fold into it directly. So you had to actually, while you're putting it in, you had to actually cut the relief lines manually. But this 2D profile here is basically this profile that's been flattened onto the XY axis. So you can see that this isn't an ideal shape to cut out of a rectangle. It wouldn't really nest very well. You get a lot of material waste. So if you cut a rectangle out, all this material from here to here would be wasted. So what you can do is that let's insert a new geometric set. And then we'll call it profiles. And we'll put it into the nose cone subsection. And what we're going to do is that we're going to cut profiles out into this guy. So little rectangles. The easiest way to do this is to do it as a 2D sketch. And then just cut out your squares like that as a plane. And then what you do is that you take your extrude function here, and then you'd cut it out. So I can just show you that quickly. I think I've shown you this before. When I quickly did it. So let's just say you want to split it in half here, like so. What we do is that we would extrude it, like so, like that. That's okay. And then there's the split functions. Where is it? Where is it? There it is, the split function. So you choose the element you want to cut. Choose the cutting element, so this guy. You might choose which side you want to keep. If this is grayed out, that's going to disappear. So you want to say you want to keep both sides. You hide this guy. And now you have a split between these two guys. And you keep drawing lines and splitting it and everything until you get a nice lattice of rectangles. So if you unfold this guy now, or flatten it, however you want to say it, onto this plane, it will always give you an error because it doesn't like to fold out that well. So you have to keep doing it until you don't get as many errors. So you can see that this is much nicer to cut out of a rectangle. essentially. It's okay if you have a little bit of material waste, but try to minimize as much as possible. But don't go it so like you're getting pieces like that big or something, because at that point you're just wasting time. Something about this size would be nice, or if you split it in half or something. Don't go too crazy into it, because if you go too small, then it becomes more complicated. You got to do ply-based modeling or zone-based modeling. Alternative is another one is called grid-based modeling, and I don't think you guys want to sit there and just write documentation all day for each individual square. Here it's nice because you can see where it goes, and you only got like 4 or 5 pieces to do. So, any questions so far? You guys could probably do this. All right.
Much referencing the video, of course.
Of course.
I thought we were doing zone based.